What's up, guys? Theo here, doing a quick prediction for Aiemann Zahabj versus Javid the Snow Leopard Basharat. So right now, Javid Basharat is a minus 570 favorite. The comeback on Aiemann Zahabj is plus 355 on DraftKings. And guys, I like Javid Basharat here. The reason that I'm picking him, even though I think this line is pretty damn wide, is that if you look at Javid Basharat's competition, he's faced a lot of very well-rounded, dangerous strikers at this point in his career already. He faced Matheus Mendonça, who he managed to get a unanimous decision victory over. He fought Victor Henry, who that fight ended in a no contest because of a groin strike in the second round. But in the first round, he looked good against Henry. Henry was popping him with some shots, some leg kicks and whatnot, but for the most part, he seemed to be doing what Javid Basharat is good at doing, and that's kind of like staying on the outside, picking shots, overpowering opponents, pushing them against the fence, and wrestling them. And ultimately, what we see from Aiemann Zahabj is a little bit one-dimensional, in my opinion. He is kind of, he's a good MMA, overall, well-rounded fighter, but, he doesn't have super high output with his striking. He does have powerful striking and good timing with his striking, but he's not really like, he's not doing super well over a long period of time, landing a lot of like high output shots. And he has a habit of kind of making fights very close, fighting almost to the level of his opponents. For example, someone like Ricky Turcios, he won that fight based on the damage that he did. But he made that fight look very close against Turcios because he just wasn't really capitalizing on some of Turcios' weaknesses and predictability with the striking and whatnot. So, like I said, I think he's someone that he just kind of fights to his opponent's level. And I don't think that's going to be enough to overcome Javid here because, like I said, Javid has very good wrestling himself. He's going to be the slightly longer, slightly taller opponent here. And when we've seen Aiemann Zahabj take people down, he's not really good at keeping them there. He has good timing with his takedowns, and he's got good, like, kind of chain wrestling sequences and whatnot. But one thing he's not great at is keeping his opponents down. And people like Vince Morales, who don't have anywhere near the wrestling that Javid Basharat has, they were able to get up quite easily when Aiemann Zahabj took them down. So I don't see Zahabj being able to utilize jiu-jitsu or wrestling to overcome Javid here. His path to victory is going to be doing more damage on the feet, hitting him with well-timed shots, good boxing, good calf kicks, and we've just already seen Javid deal with a couple guys that are good at that. He's good at neutralizing strikers, wrestling them, taking them down, grinding them out. So I think this is a bad stylistic matchup for Aiemann Zahabj. Even though he might have some success on the feet, he might manage to land on Javid a couple times. Javid isn't someone that we've seen really shrink in the face of damage so far. He doesn't really have like a glass chin or anything like that. He takes shots well when he does take them. And he's just good and long and he's active. And I think there's going to be a lot of people on Aiemann Zahabj probably because of the fact that he did knock out Aoriqi Lang in like 20 seconds or something last time. But Aoriqi Lang is not Javid Basharat. And he's not just going to stand there and just get laid out the way Aoriqi Lang did. So I think there's going to be a little bit of recency bias here on Aiemann Zahabj. That being said, I do think the line is very wide. And I wouldn't blame anybody for taking a shot on Zahabj here at plus 355. There's some value on Zahabj there, I do believe. So I wouldn't blame anybody for taking a shot on him. But I would not be picking him against Javid here. I just think on paper the matchup is a little bit too solid for Javid Basharat. And although I am quite live to kind of fade pairs of brothers in the UFC, I kind of just want to wait with these guys, Farid and Javid, until we see somebody that is like just really, really talented overall in MMA or is like a super specialist in one area. And that's not really what Aiemann Zahabj is. He kind of has very high fight IQ and great game planning, obviously, but he doesn't really excel in any one area of the overall game of MMA. So because of that, give me Javid Basharat here, minus 570. That's a steep price. I wouldn't be laying any money on him at this price. If this fight was closer to a pick'em, like if maybe you had Javid under like a minus 200 favorite or something, I would say maybe that would be a good spot where you could find some value on him. But plus 355, that's a very tempting line for Zahabj. So if you like Zahabj and you've got a strong lean on Zahabj, I mean, I would take a shot on that now before that line closes in a little bit. But I'm going to be on Javid here all day. So keep it locked in, guys. More picks coming later this week.